Okay, hello. We're back in a much more energetic fashion. I am coming in with you with my friends Addie and Stanley for another episode of Beer Talks, episode 14 this time. I
Super
have the.
energetic.
Hey,
You
wow.
sound so alive. I
No
wonder
way.
why. Wow.
Listen.
So
I'm
weird.
alert.
You know, okay, wow. Now you guys are making me think of like, what did I sound like? I thought it was more energetic than the previous episodes that I've been doing. Because usually I just come at us and like, hey, hello everybody, welcome back. This is our
John, why are you so
podcast
self-conscious about
I mean, like you just changed up your voice. You just used to
No,
sound
it's
really
not.
you used to sound really like rad. Maybe like
Okay.
very very chill.
Stop.
You don't
Anyway,
sound like that anymore. I wonder why, right? Why?
I guess we'll skip through the hellos because you guys have already said and dissed me enough in this past 2 minutes. And we'll just
It's
move
like
things
30
along now.
seconds.
Wow, okay.
Hi everyone, this is Addie.
Oh.
It's Stan.
Oh, great. Now, all right. Thanks for listening to this episode, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Everybody have a great day. We don't got beers today. Today,
LKSTO.
yeah. Today is a stay hydrated, drink water day. So,
Today is chaos. That's what it sounds like.
but no, in all seriousness, today's topic of the day is going to be all about vacations. I don't know what Addy has cooked up for us, but before we get into that, our beer of the episode is Muskoka Brewery Cream Ale,
Woo.
which, by the way, has a really nice can.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. It looks really pretty.
It's very pleasing, right?
Yeah. It like draws me to it. I think that's why I suggested it. I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I want to try it. And like, I don't know if you guys like cream soda, but
Well, I like the Kilkenny's, right? The very
Oh,
first
right.
episode that we had, Kilkenny's is a thing.
Because I, as a kid, when I was on the chubbier side, adorably chubby side, I liked cream soda. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is gonna kind of taste like cream soda. So that's why I was like, ooh, I want to try it.
Isn't cream soda basically just root beer float?
No, isn't it like even sweeter than that?
How can
I
it
don't
be
know.
sweeter? Well, I don't know actually. It's ice cream, no? On root beer floats?
I've never had either. Actually, I've never had cream soda or root beer floats before in my life.
For the record,
Dang.
neither have I. But I
You seem to
but,
know what you're talking about, though.
no, it's because I have made root beer floats before. But
You
I'm
have-
like, this looks really gross. Why would you do this to yourself? You know? Like it's ice cream on pop, right?
Right. That's what it is. But I think cream soda is that like pink soda that's like
Yeah.
like unidentified flavored sugar water.
Yeah. Chemically pink sugar water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I poured mine out already.
Oh wait, let me
Oh,
crack
let
mine
me
open.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe I was expecting a thicker amber look, but this looks very bronze to me.
It does.
You know.
You know, it actually smells like cream soda. It has like it's very sweet smelling.
Man, we should really stop drinking the day before recording an episode because every inch of my being is like, wow, look at you, you're drinking again.
I swear we're not alcoholics. We're not encouraging alcoholism. We just
No, it's just-
happen to
Yeah,
be
it was
drinking
true. It's true. It's not every episode we drink the day before.
the day before, the day of, the day after.
Yeah, it's true.
But
Anybody?
everyone,
Cheers, everyone.
cheers.
Cheers.
It's caramelly, right? Am I weird?
No. Ooh, that hits. It's like it's sharp to me. You know.
Is it? This is considered hoppy, right? I kind of feel.
I don't know. Stan's been calling everything hoppy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I realized that. I'm like looking back. I feel like all the beers are hoppy. I don't know. But you know what? This doesn't remind me of Kilkenny's. I thought it would.
Facts. You know what?
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. All things considered, because when you say cream, there's like a vanilla
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
to
yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a thickness to it, but this is like very thin.
Yeah.
It just goes down, and it just goes down hard.
True.
And
According
I mean, it's not a
according
complaint. Yeah, go ahead.
according to the can, it's supposed to be full body flavor and subtle floral notes. I don't.
Very full body for sure.
Yeah, very full body, but I don't taste the floral. I thought of like, you know those like caramel candies?
Caramel popcorn?
Like the caramel candies that are like the little square cube thing. That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
So not floral. I got caramel.
This is a 5% or two, eh? So
Is that high or low? That's low, right?
it's a bit higher. Usually they do like
Isn't
4.
it usually 4.5?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm like 5%. That's so low. I usually drink 40%. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right. I don't hate it. It's nice. Muskoka Brewery.
I feel like I need to be sitting by a lake.
I need to be in Muskoka to drink Muskoka beer.
Yes.
Listen, if Muskoka Brewery is willing to spot that for us,
Yo.
I mean,
We can set up our studio in Muskoka.
it looks like, you know, the whole porch patio chair on their logo, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So down.
Brewery.
So Muskoka Brewery, if you're listening, happy to drink more of your beer.
That's right. We just go down the line as per usual.
Yeah, because they have so many different ones, right? So I think it'd be great. We would dedicate like a series to you guys, basically. So hit us up.
Yes.
It'd be nice. On to today's topic of conversation, I suppose. Vacations. Addie, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about something lighter. You know, the past few episodes we talked about very serious, like adult and motivations and goals. I'm like, all right, let's do something light. So let's talk about vacations. Like, for those of you who are listening, you're probably listening to this like September, October by the time we release this. But for us recording it, it's like right around summertime. So it's a great time to think about vacations because we're finally coming out of, you know, all the lockdowns and the restrictions. Things are lightening up again. So it's like, hey, what do we want to do for vacations? Like, do you guys have fun vacation stories? Where do you want to go? So I figured this would be a great episode to kind of explore that. So I guess to start,
I just want to interrupt and say, stop showing them behind the curtains of what we're doing.
you know, it just takes us
October, guys. This is basically Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, just in case.
Happy New Year. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Chinese New Year. Yeah, just in case.
Happy Hanukkah.
Check all the boxes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes us like 4 months to edit an episode.
But actually, sorry, before we get even further into the topic, now that we think about it, thank you for everybody who listened to us when we released, right? And if you're still
thank you for still being here and listening to this.
If you're still listening to us now at this episode, you know, we're very, very grateful. A bunch of our close friends are like, you know, giving us compliments and stuff, and are very happy and proud about what we do.
Yes,
and it's very flattering and it's nice.
Thank you for all those who's given us 5 stars on all the different platforms. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Giving us feedback. You know, we're definitely a lot more alive and like, you know, happier and speaking and speaking a little bit faster.
I think my favorite comment is when someone told us that, you know, one of the hosts sounds rad. I'm like, yo,
Stan, you know, you do get that a lot. So I mean,
oh man, you know who you are. Thank you for listening.
Anyway.
But anyway.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Vacation spots.
Yeah, vacation. So I guess to start it off, what is the first place you want to visit now that restrictions are loosened? John, why don't you go first?
Visit, like, well, it depends, right? I'm a very much a sit down in a place kind of guy. Though if you do take me to like hiking or like kayaking or all those adventurous stuff, all those Instagram story worthy stuff, I mean, I'd be down for those too. But the family overseas, definitely I want to see, especially Japan and Korea. I would be like super cool going back there and hanging out with people that I haven't seen in like 3-4 years, because of said pandemic.
Okay.
Now on the other hand, if we go local and just go like cottaging and stuff, you know, because Blue Mountain, they open their places even on summertime, right? I guess for those who don't know, Blue Mountain is known for like a ski resort, like snow sports. But yeah, they open it for summer, and usually just like a different scenery. Like that's my kind of style, where we just kind of sit down and just have more beers and sit by the campfire and sing kumbaya.
So you like chill vacations. Like you're not the kind of person that like go on vacation to be adventurous, like climb a mountain, go up Mount Everest kind of thing.
Oh God, no. No. if it comes up, like I never plan for that stuff,
Mm.
but if it does come up, it's like, oh yeah, sure. If everybody's going, then obviously I'm not just gonna sit on my ass.
Fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stan, what about you? Where do you want to go?
I don't know. I feel like this question is like a couple fold, and like I know I'm super annoying with this, but like I want to verify, right? Like to go visit. I think the first place I'd like to go is back home to like Asia to see my parents, because I haven't seen them since the pandemic started,
Mhm.
right? Even like a year before
Same.
that, it's been like I think almost 3 years since I've seen like my family.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'd love to just go to Asia and just see them.
Mhm.
In terms of vacation, so to me, there's a difference between vacation and traveling.
Oh.
Right.
What?
So to me, there's like a
Okay.
real difference. Like
Mhm.
traveling, it's like, I'm like going, I'm like exploring, I'm on my feet a lot, I am like walking everywhere. And then I think vacation is like, I want to pick a nice beach, I want to lie down, I want to like turn my skin into leather, and then just I want to just eat. And I don't want to like worry about like if I have to catch a bus, if I have to like check in and out of Airbnbs and stuff like that. So I think the first place I'd like to go vacation. So like this is like,
Well, you're right. You are annoying.
yeah, I'm super annoyed. I know I'm super annoyed. But like people ask all the time, right? And I think people have different ideas of vacation.
Actually, it's my travel and vacation plans are two totally different things.
Yeah. So no, I think I like to go to like somewhere in Mexico just to like lie down by a beach. I feel like
Have some
that's
imperial.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that'd be like really dope. But I don't know, to travel, I'd like to go back to somewhere in Europe. I feel like there's a lot, because I've only been to I think 2 countries in Europe. Yeah, so I'd like to go back, but I'd also like to go explore and travel to more Canadian cities. So somewhere probably like Newfoundland or like PEI.
Barry,
Yeah, maybe out of province, John. Maybe out of
Pickering.
out of Ontario.
Like Yellowknife
sorry.
and like Whitehorse.
Yeah, I think that'd be super
okay,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, Yellowknife would be super cool. I'd love to go to like the Maritimes. I've never been there. So
Nunavut, right?
what's in none of it?
I don't know. Actually, no.
Stonehenge?
It just sounds
Oh my
cool
god,
to
I'm
me, so.
terrible.
Stonehenge?
Isn't that like in a different continent?
Guys, I
No,
did
I think
well
that's
in
you know those
history.
big rocks with
Yeah.
a face.
Oh,
the big rocks with
with
the
the
face.
face.
Yeah.
You mean the big wall, right? That like
Yeah. I think it's the Great Wall of Nunavut.
Stonehenge.
My high school geography teacher, if she is listening, is like, who the hell is this
She's
girl? She's
crying.
like, did she learn nothing? It's like, yes, I had learned absolutely nothing in geography. It is geography, right? It's not like history. I don't know.
Geology.
Geology. It's geology.
What about you, Addie?
I think I'm very similar. I really want to see family too. I really want to travel back to Asia as well. I have some family in Hong Kong and China I would love to see again. And then I also really miss the food there. The food is so good. So that would be kind of just to see family right out of, lockdown and restrictions being lifted. But in terms of like, I guess, fun vacation, I really want to go to Japan because I've been to Tokyo twice, but I haven't been to any of the other cities, and I would love to go to like Kyoto, Osaka. That'll be really nice. I also really want to see the other cities in Korea. I've only been to Seoul, so those would be kind of like my top choices. And then actually, like, Europe is also a big one for me. I really want to see Portugal. I really want to go to Spain. Where else do I really want to go to?
Barcelona.
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 Madrid.
You want to go to Italy? You want to go to Italy?
Yeah, I want to go to Italy, but I think it's because I like pasta and I want to eat.
Oh.
So that's why I want to go there. And I also really want to go to what was it? Dublin. Yeah, I really want to go to Dublin.
So from what I'm hearing, you're waiting on a Sapporo sponsorship, a Guinness sponsorship, a Heineken sponsorship.
Yes. Yo,
So
if they
we're
sponsor us and they're like, why don't you come to the original
brewery,
headquarters,
bro.
come to our brewery, see how we do it in the motherland. 100%. I'll go to your country and record an episode there, bro.
We gotta reach more people for that to happen, so that
Seriously.
they make their investments worth. And,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
true. Sponsor us the plane ticket.
Not that it wouldn't be worth
accommodation.
now. I'm just saying. I think we're some 3 pretty cool people that,
Yeah.
as you guys
Yeah,
have known, our
we're
friends are
okay.
listening to us. So, and we have a lot of
Yeah.
friends, like
Apparently.
three or four. So,
Like each though, like 3 each.
ah,
So that's like
oh,
huge. That's big
no,
network
yeah,
right there.
totally, yeah, okay. You know what? Yeah, each, right, exactly.
Yeah, this episode's super unhinged. But yeah, so I think we kind of touched on this. In terms of staycation versus out of country, do you have a preference, or is it kind of like based on your mood?
Definite preference is to leave the country. Like before
Mm.
the pandemic hit, I I think I just got into like a phase of my life where I just like I would hop on a plane to go somewhere every just couple of months, and I would go, for example, like after work on Tuesday, I would hop on a plane, and then I would come back like I don't know, Friday morning or even like the Monday after. Like I would hop off the plane at like 6 a.m. and go straight to work.
Wow.
And because I'm like trying to like maximize like my time, right,
Mhm.
traveling and stuff. Yeah, and then I think it was so weird like throughout the entire pandemic. It was just like because you can't really plan trips to go anywhere, right? And then so I keep telling people, I'm like, it's so weird that I haven't been on a plane for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Like you would
Yeah.
be traveling every few months. You at least once a year, like a bigger trip where you're on a plane for longer than an hour, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I think the year before the pandemic, I went on like I think like 7 or 8 different vacations, all like super short, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like either 4 days or like 5 days. I think I've done like 4 day, 5 days, 7 days, and then like 10 days here and there. Yeah, it's just like random days.
But based off of your definition, you went, isn't that your travel?
Yeah, so then I'd be like traveling, right? And then I'd be like, but then the thing is for me when I plan my travels, right? Like I'd be like, for example, exploring for 5 days, but the last 2 days I'd book myself a really nice hotel with like a spa, and then just like stay in. Yeah. So I would be
Recuperate.
like, yeah, recuperate before I hop on the plane to come home, because then I know that I have to, go to work right away if I planned it that way.
Dang,
True,
eh?
true.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I think it was not to that extreme, but it was kind of the same for me before the pandemic. I'd at least travel once a year at minimum, and like at least be gone for a week. And in the good times, like I'd at least go twice a year, somewhere far away, like on a different continent, and then another one maybe within the country, like maybe Vancouver, Calgary, or like somewhere close by in the US. Like I used to do that too. But I think I think I'm very much the same. Like my preference is actually to go out of country. Like I want to see more things that are further away. I would choose that over staycations. Yeah. What about you, John?
I think I'm the least traveler out of all of us, just because again,
Mhm.
I'm not really like, I'm more of a homebody kind of guy. If I also have kind of the only time that I did travel on my own by myself, which was like super liberating, by the way. I did that once, and I did like Japan, Korea, Philippines kind of thing.
Nice.
It was just something that it's like, okay, I've done it,
Mhm.
but I'm sure the experiences, and maybe Stan can attest to it since you're such a traveler, it's obviously going to be different depending on what country you visit, right? Like it's not going to be that one
Yeah.
experience, like
Yeah.
the whole backpacking thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I think, and also I think it depends on like who you are to go on these experiences. Because like I think if I like me and Addie were to take the exact same trip but separately, we would have, I think, very different experiences.
Yeah.
Depending on like the local culture and like their attitude towards like different people and stuff like that.
Very true.
Yeah, no, but I'm also like pretty cool with just like kind of staying local, just getting renting an Airbnb or just like doing a cottage thing. Like
True.
Yeah.
for me, not that I would much prefer, it's I really am indifferent. It's like, hey John, you want to go to a resort in, I don't know, Punta Cana or whatever? I'd be like, yeah, sure. And then let's say it's like $1,200 all inclusive, whatever, right? And then you ask me to be like, hey, do you want to go rent a cottage up north of Muskoka Brewery, by the way, and and for like the same price, and it's like super posh and all that stuff, right? Like I'd be down to do both. Like I wouldn't be like, oof, it's a hard choice. It honestly, I'd be down to just be like, do.
Yeah.
I feel like after the pandemic, opinion have also shifted
Mm.
more towards like I want to see more of Canada.
Local.
Like
Mm.
maybe yeah, like locally in Canada. Like so maybe not so much like Toronto or like
Mm.
Ontario, but like I want to go to, for example, like I said earlier, like the Maritimes or like the territories or even like I don't know if anyone's listening from like Saskatchewan. Like what's there? Like I want to go. I want to go see, right?
No
But like if I
Mageddon.
go, yeah, like if I go there, like what's there for me to see? Like love to know more about like Canadian, I guess, just
Saskatoon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's pretty much what I like doing and what I enjoy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say, like, that's so crazy how we think that 1 or 2 like week-long vacations in a year is a lot
Mhm.
because like I have friends in Europe who like they have like crazy amounts of holidays plus like stat holidays plus like whatever leaves, and they're just like, oh, we can never use all of our vacations. They literally have like 30 or like 40 days of like paid vacation days, and we're here struggling with like like I think starting is what 10 days of vacation.
Yep,
And
exactly.
then it's just people, yeah, and people are like, wow, like, you have more than 10 days, that's amazing. And then like people in Europe are like, yeah, I don't know, I only have like 30 days this year. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And in addition to that, it's so much more convenient in Europe and Asia. Like it's actually both convenient and cheaper. Like I have friends that work in Hong Kong and they can actually jump on a plane, fly to Korea for a weekend trip, and it costs them like the same price as us simply flying to Vancouver. It's like the cost is also very different and more affordable over there too. Like in Europe, you can jump on a train and be in a different country, right?
Country, yeah.
Versus here, everything's so much more expensive. And like if we plan to go to like Europe or Asia, it's like a 10-hour flight. So it's not as convenient for us over here. So when we go to those places, we're actually planning like a longer trip, and we're also budgeting is a lot higher for us. So I feel like maybe that's why we don't travel as much too for us, and especially those in Canada.
You mean like North Americans in general, right?
True, North America in general. True.
I also
Yeah.
think that the whole traveling culture, like this whole deal, I don't know, is a very millennial thing.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think
Or
our
like
parents
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah, I want to go see here, I want to go there, I want to go here.
I just don't think they had the opportunity to.
I was gonna say that.
No,
Like
you don't think so?
no, like
No, because like I don't. So I don't. For example, I don't think my mom ever had the opportunity to be like, oh, I want to go explore this city, because like it's probably expensive back then. Like the flight technology or like the flight transportation industry or whatever is not as developed. So she never got to like be like, oh, I'm gonna go explore this country. Wherever they go, it's always like, okay, this is big budget. We're gonna go to this place, and it's just gonna be a vacation because we're gonna go to this resort and stay there for 7 days and have everything taken care of, right? I think it's so unlikely for that generation to be like, oh yeah, like I went backpacking like in Jordan or something,
it's true.
I was just saying, how I think that it's sure they maybe have lacked the opportunity, but I think the older generation would be very much open to kind of doing that kind of stuff. It's just like you said, they didn't really have the time, and the expenses back then is a lot more complicated. Where now with the tourism boom, it's like, oh yeah, people are going here, people are going there, like every summer, every season, right? And especially for us, I think, where it's like you have that one, quote unquote friend on Instagram who's always like, oh, look where I am now, kind of thing, right? Not that it's like keeping up with the Joneses kind of stuff, but like you can't help but be like, oh, I could do that too, right?
Yeah. No, like I think to your earlier point, this is definitely like a very millennial like mindset to be like, oh, I gotta travel, I gotta go to places, and but like I definitely know people to be like, you know what, I don't like traveling. And like I think the conversation we had was like they feel kind of ashamed to admit that they don't like traveling,
Right, exactly,
because because like I think based on just perception, right? People like Instagram specifically condition you to be like you should love traveling. Right? And then so when they say like, oh, you know what, I don't actually want to go anywhere for vacation, or like I don't like traveling, they're almost afraid or ashamed to admit it. I'm like, no, that's like, that's fine.
They're embarrassed.
Yeah. But I'm like, that's totally fine. It's not for everybody.
What were you gonna say, Addie? You were gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say kind of to those points, right? Like that you were saying earlier, the convenience and everything. I think it's also like now it's so much easier for us to plan travel because of the boom of the internet and everything. There's Airbnb, we can book hotels online versus like my parents growing up, they probably have to call the hotel if they want to, or they have to go through a travel agency. Versus now, we have a lot more autonomy where we can just plan our own trips. We don't have to go on a tour. We don't have
Yeah.
to, go through a travel agency. So I think it is a lot easier for us nowadays.
Have you guys ever called a travel agency before? Because I personally have not.
I have done those like Asian bus tours, like when I was younger, before, I guess like up until high school. I have definitely taken those bus tours when, you wake up at 6 a.m. for pickup time at 7 and you on the bus for 7 hours driving over to Montreal and like
I've
and
always
you have
I've always seen those buses, right? Like going around like in the highways
yeah.
and stuff.
hmm
I've always wondered. I'm like, wow, like what happens? Like you just are there? Is it like a field trip deal where it's essentially like you have a stop and then everybody gets
Yep.
out, spends
Yep.
an hour, comes
Yep.
back in the bus, next stop.
Yep, washroom
Yeah.
break kind of thing. Like
Uh,
they'll try to plan washroom breaks where there's at least something for you to see,
mm.
some kind of a landmark. So it's not like purely, hey, washroom break, go into
Yeah, yeah,
the,
yeah,
the bus station or whatever. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, definitely, it's like that. And on those coach buses too, right? They have TVs like
Yeah,
every few rows, so
yeah.
we could be watching a movie on the way there on our 7-hour ride, or we could be doing karaoke because karaoke on buses are a thing.
It's legit like a field trip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How long does it last though?
It depends on where you go.
Right, for sure.
I've done a bus tour West Coast and East Coast. So I've gone to like Montreal, Quebec, all the way over to like PEI on a bus. So it was like I think it was like a week-long trip.
No shot.
You've been to PEI on a bus?
Yeah. We would basically, like I said, on the road for 7-8 hours a day and then kind of hit landmarks.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was nice just to be like, hey, I've been there, I've seen it, I took a picture,
true.
but we didn't really get to experience everything, and there were a lot of drive-bys.
Mm.
So it was kind of like that. I think at the time growing up, like I was a kid, I didn't appreciate
You didn't really
vacations
pay
as
that much
much.
attention, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't pay that much attention anyways until we finally stopped at a city for the night and we had dinner and we got to actually like walk around old Montreal. Like that was to me like, okay, I'm here kind of thing. But yeah, it was definitely one of those like bus tours where it's like, yeah, it's just kind of like a check mark, not the same like how I would do vacation nowadays or travel nowadays where I'm like I'm going to spend a day in each part of the city that I want to see. So it is very different. There'll be certain days where they're like, okay, dinner's not included, but we're dropping you off at like, I don't know, like old
It's all
Montreal.
you can
So
eat buffet.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
It's a Tim
here's old
Hortons.
Montreal. Figure out your own food, but it's like a tourist place, so you'll be fine, kind of thing. Yeah. It's what I love and hate about it is I love that you're stuck with the same group for those 7 days, right? So there's like an experience, and if you happen to have people around your age, it's really fun because like
That's
I
the
remember,
best.
yeah, like I remember like we'll dick around and do stupid shit together. Our parents will do their touristy thing, and we'll be like, let's do P90X at the hotel gym. Like,
Oh,
yeah, or like let's go hike up this huge mountain or this huge hill together. Like we'll do random shit like that, and it's like I really like that. Like you're in a kind of like you're stuck with these other 20 people for 7 days. But then what I don't like about it is there's a lot of being stuck on the bus. And usually tour group food isn't exactly the greatest because they're on a budget. They're taking $500 per person for you to plan out, a 4-day trip. So they're not gonna give you the best food.
Correct, of
So
course.
that's kind of like a downer. And then you're also waking up really really early, and then you're really tired because you're either stuck on a bus or walking around a lot. So that's kind of what I don't like about it. But if you just kind of want an affordable way to simply see places, I think it's a decent option.
Dan, you've done it too? Here in Canada?
yeah, like when I was much younger, like not as an adult, right? Like not like since I've graduated school and like started working and stuff, but when we first moved to Canada, like that's the stuff that like my parents would want to do.
Is that
Right? So
right?
then so like we like take these buses, board them at like a bus terminal, and then we just like drive off. Like I think the only place I've been to is Quebec. On these bus tours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then but yeah, like Addy said, they would plan like maybe a couple of major landmarks for you, and like they drop you off. They're like, okay, it's now like 2:03. Everybody have to be back here by like 4 o'clock, otherwise we're leaving without you. yeah, all of that stuff. What I remember the most, honestly, wasn't actually the places that I've been to, but it's just like it's the bus ride because it's so long, right? And then you have like uninterrupted time to play on your Game Boy. So like that's kind of what I like look forward to the most on these trips.
Wow.
That's so funny.
And yeah, whenever there's like another kid around your age, like, so we didn't like do dumb things together, like, but because like I think we're the same age, our parents are always like, hey, go make friends, and it's always so awkward when you're like, hey, I hate this tour too, and then you're like, yeah, I hate this, and then we like bond over the hatred of like, oh, we have to
Of your
spend 7
teenage
days
angst,
with
right?
yeah.
Yes.
So that's like what I remember the most from these tours.
Oh, sounds cool. Have you guys taken a train across Canada? Well, not across,
Mm-mm.
obviously, but like,
I've taken the train to Montreal before.
how long is the train ride?
It's kind of the same as like a bus ride, but it's much more comfortable.
True.
Every time, so I have some relatives, well, not mine, but my sisters, my brother-in-laws, I guess, and they took the train from Ottawa, I want to say, and every time I picture somebody taking the train like that for that long distances, I picture like Studio Ghibli kind of, you know.
Not quite.
Wait, you mean like Spirited Away where there are ghosts next to you, or do you mean
Basically.
like the cat bus?
No, where it's like fancy kind of, train ride where like everybody's serving tea and then there's like
fancy tea sets.
yeah,
There's like
exactly,
a dining room compartment,
and it's like
you can fold the seats down.
the train goes choo choo and it's like very softly, and like scenic. But apparently not. No, it's just like another GO train.
It's like a kind of a bigger GO train, and then depending on where you sit and stuff. But there is a Trans-Canada, specifically Trans-Canada train, I think, that goes across the prairies all the way to Vancouver from Ontario, and it's supposed to be super nice. So you can go to like the head of the train, and then they have I think like glass ceilings, so you can like sit in the front and like look out. And I've seen like YouTube videos about it, like YouTubers done it, and it's super scenic, and I really want to do it someday.
Ooh, if you do it, take me. I want to do it too. I've seen it and it looks so nice, and it'll be my first train ride. It'll be really cool. Yeah.
But like just a regular commuter train from Toronto to Montreal. Honestly, like nothing too special. If you've ridden on the GO train, you've ridden on the Via.
Oh shoot! I'm looking at what Stan is saying about the Trans-Canada by Rail tour. Yeah,
It's nice, right?
and this, it looks like a greenhouse. One of the
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
carts have just a glass ceiling and it just goes.
You know, speaking of train rides, I really love the train rides in Asia. And the reason for that is because there's always the lady with the food cart that goes by, and they always have the best snacks. It's always so bombs. I always love their chicken legs, their roasted chicken legs. So good.
Wait, you get snacks?
Yeah, like when I take.
Yo, you're so baller. My mom's like, yo, those things are marked up. Don't get those.
I know,
I
right?
never do.
Okay, I definitely have like the Canadian traveler syndrome. I don't know what you would call it, but like to them it's really expensive, right? Because they know like, oh, if I went to like the grocery store, if I went to like the wet market, whatever, at least it's gonna be super cheap. But like to me, that's already cheap. Like if you want to get a roasted chicken leg over here, it's like $6-7. Okay,
Because you're doing the conversions, man.
Yeah, so I'm doing the conversion, but then when you buy it on the train, it's like $10 RMB. You know what? I'll get a fancy one. $20 RMB. That's $4 Canadian, man. Like that's worth to me. So I'm just like, I'm gonna buy it. Yeah.
Yo, sorry. So I'm still looking at the trains on Google Images, and there's one from Toronto to Vancouver, and it's like a full-on lounge. Like it has like a couch, and like,
My
like
question is though, for that, like, does it depend on your ticket price? Like, like the
I'm
first
sure,
class, business class,
probably,
and
right?
you probably don't get access to that as an
Oh,
economy. It's like,
see-
yo, peasants, stay out of my
yeah,
bar.
Google Images just suggested me prestige class, and it's just like it has its own bed. It's like a hotel room.
Damn.
Yeah,
On it.
and like it's not cheap, eh? Like to travel across Canada on the Via. Like you think on the train it's much cheaper, but no, like sometimes it's cheaper just to fly across. But like I think we're doing it for the experience, right?
Right.
Yeah, the road,
and I
right?
think-
It's not about the destination
yeah.
kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and I think what's cool about the Via is I don't know if they still do this, but I think before they had a thing where you can stop at like the major stops because you basically have like a pass, so it's not just a ticket, you have a pass, so you can like stop at different cities, like explore maybe for a day or two or like just a couple hours and come back, as long as on the same train number or whatever, like going the same way, you can do the same thing.
Oh.
So you can like just stop and then like do your thing and then come back and like keep going. But I don't know if they still have that.
So the
I would
I
be
trains,
thought that,
so
that was
cool.
really cool.
so the trains that have beds in them are called sleeper trains apparently. And it says here that there are 2 train routes in Canada which allow you to sleep on the train. Travel between Vancouver and Toronto, with stops in Jasper or Winnipeg.
Ooh, Jasper.
Right?
I would like that.
You know, it looks so
Dang.
cozy. Maybe that's what we
Yeah.
should do, yo. Instead of trying to get to Asia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very down. I mean, back to what we said before. I think what COVID and the lockdown did to me is like it also changed my mindset about vacations and traveling. Like, I actually I also want to explore Canada a bit more, and I realized this because because I moved downtown. Well, not that I moved downtown during like right before COVID, and I have friends that are like from Saga or Brampton, and they're like, "Hey, what's your favorite, I don't know, ramen shop?" And like these kinds of questions made me think like, "Oh man, I don't know. Like, I don't think I've explored Toronto enough." And like it's making me feel like, oh, maybe before I leave the country, I should actually figure out like explore my own city a
It's
bit
like
more
that whole
too.
what's in your backyard kind of thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like I've
Yeah.
traveled so much out of the country that now I probably know Hong Kong better than I do in Toronto. Like I could give you my favorite coffee shop in Hong Kong, but in Toronto, I'm like, I don't know, Starbucks.
Right. The one that Stan worked at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but yeah, I think we definitely do take things for granted here, especially how
hmm
big of a melting pot, you know, Toronto is.
hmm
And,
It's
Yeah.
true.
and like what we kind of burst up on, it's like the whole Instagram culture of be like, no, you should totally be somewhere else and not in the city
I know.
that you're at, right? So
You know, Toronto is actually so great. Like,
facts,
I
exactly.
think
Yeah.
agreeing with Addy, like after going to so many places, I always draw this back to my own experience of like, you know what? Like I feel like Toronto is such a great place to live.
hmm
You know, like you go to Europe and you're like, oh, I have to pay to go to the washroom. What is this? You know, I have to pay for tap water. Like, what is
Yeah.
that? You
I
know,
know.
you go to like a different country, you're like, oh, the weather here, like, yeah, the country's beautiful, but like the weather's trying to kill me, or there's like deadly animal that's gonna like sneak up on me.
Right.
Yep.
And you don't have any of that in Toronto, right? And so
hmm
it's like it's always that like can I be in the mentality of a tourist but in my own city just to kind
hmm
of see and appreciate what's here, right? Because I always feel like I appreciate so much more about other cities when I visit them,
hmm
hmm
right? And but like the locals are like, oh no, this is a shit city. But I'm like, no, what are you talking about? It's beautiful, right? And when
Yeah.
people come to Toronto, they're like, Toronto's awesome. And I think we just got so used to just be like, oh no, Toronto's shit. Like I hate the city. But then
Yeah.
if you really think about it, right? But like if you really think about it, you're like, wow, like you know what? Toronto's actually kind of awesome.
Not that bad, yeah.
Yeah. So true.
There are definitely people who thinks that Toronto's overrated.
hmm
And, you know. But
Maybe like portions of it is
right,
but,
exactly.
like, I think realistically, if you like take in account, right, like I think Toronto is actually a really great city to be in, and I can
hmm
guarantee you those people, they've just been to the same place too many times and they just
True.
haven't been to different
True.
neighborhoods.
Yeah. So true.
I'm very grateful about the variance in like, oh, do you want like a hiking trail kind of thing? Toronto actually has that. Do you want
Yeah.
lakeside thing? Oh, Toronto actually has that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
You know, you want a city urban thing? Sure, go ahead. Chinatown, Little
hmm
Italy, you know, J-Town and Koreatown. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty
Pacific Mall.
Yeah, I know. And
beautiful.
I have to say, like having been to like Hong Kong, for example, you would think Hong Kong's so close to all the major cities in Asia, right? You
Mm.
would think like their pho should be good, their Korean fried chicken should be good. Not gonna lie, like even people that live in Hong Kong, they tell me like, yo man, Toronto pho is better than Hong Kong pho.
Same. In Taiwan, people say the same thing about the Korean food here. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
Korean food in Taiwan is not the same. I'm like, what are you talking? Like Korea's so close to Taiwan.
Korea's like right over
But
there. I can see them.
Yeah.
yeah, but like when my family visits, like they're like, this is like by far the best Korean food I've had in my life. I'm like, in Toronto, really?
Yep.
But then yeah, if you like think about it, you're like, yeah, damn, this is pretty like legit food, you know? Like I love
hmm
it.
Point being,
Yeah.
don't take things for granted,
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
right?
So
Yeah.
I have a question because I think about this a lot is when you travel, like we've talked about, you know, if we travel alone or with people, do you prefer traveling with people or do you have certain friends where you prefer traveling with them and then certain friends where you're like, damn, I would never be able to travel with you?
I don't know,
Like,
Mr.
'cause-
Traveler, Mr. Traveler vacation guy.
yeah. Stan, do you have any preferences, I guess? Or do you have friends where you're like, I would love traveling with you, you're great to travel with, and then friends that are like, man, I never want to travel with you because I don't know, you're too indecisive or something.
I think there's like travel personalities for sure. They're like, so I'm very opinionated, and people that know me or like
You are?
have like gone, yeah, yeah, big shock. I think people that like traveled with me or like just been places with me know like how I am as a person. And so if I'm the one that plans it, then I kind of know like, okay, so these are the people I can take with me. Or alternatively, I'll be like, okay, if these people plan it, I trust them to know that I'll have a good time, right? But then there are definitely on the opposite end of the spectrums where if I'm planning a trip, I'm like, I can't take these people along because they either are maybe also very opinionated or we just enjoy fundamentally different things, right? Or I'm like, oh, this person planned the trip. All right, well, you guys have a good time. Like I will not be joining you. And like,
See ya.
yeah, and it just depends on like that personality. So I think most of the time I prefer traveling on my own, or like, yeah, just because I feel like traveling is to me like a very like rejuvenating experience where like I really get to take an account of like how I'm feeling, where I'm at, and then I get to kind of reflect on like my own mental state, which I don't really get to do with other people. Because then like I'm thinking about like, oh, like, is this person gonna like, or like is this group of people gonna like what we're gonna be doing next, or like oh, we have to be on a time schedule and make sure that all of these things happen.
Right.
But if I'm
You're
by myself,
considering you're considering the well-being, right?
yeah. But if I'm by myself, I'm like, oh, like that's okay. I'll be late by a couple hours, or oh, I'm kind of tired. Like I'll sleep in for another, I don't know, 45 minutes or whatever. There's like really no schedule, right?
No, I hear
And
ya.
so yeah, so I feel like that is kind of my preferred. But that doesn't mean that I don't like traveling with other people. It's just I think there's like certain destinations that like I'd like to go and do on my own, not because like I don't like you, but more so like it's more for a me thing.
Fair. John, what about you?
Yeah.
It wasn't until my most recent like last few travels that I traveled on my own. It's usually always with family, right? And if you're traveling with family especially, you kind of just go with the flow, right? And like obviously either your parents are taking the lead or somebody's taking the lead, right? And you just go with it, because not only do you not want to be a pain in the butt, it's already exhausting to travel long distances, right? Especially with family.
True.
That being said, the first time that I ended up traveling on my own, where like all the decisions and like just even getting like baggage check-in, right? And like doing all of that. And back then, our older folks, they don't really do like the pre-check-in stuff like that you could do online or whatever. And now we can just kind of just zoom through the line, right? And you just, oh yeah, here's my ticket, here's my flight, whatever, and they just let you through. It becomes like, it was like, wow, it was that easy, right? And like it opens your eyes to these things when you travel alone, not only on the cultures, but like the way that you handle yourself, right? The way that you present yourself, to not see, to like, it's just more relaxing, I thought. Which was ironic because I thought it would be more stressful because everything's on me, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, but it was so liberating. And traveling on my own made me realize that, wow, although there's definitely like some safety issues that can arise, right?
True.
But just don't be an idiot, kind of thing.
Like I think as long as you can, like I think for John, you and I, as long as we take precautions beforehand,
Yeah.
we can usually like avoid like life-threatening situations.
Right. Like don't just don't put yourself in that situation in the first place, right? Like don't take the path that leads there. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I think for you and I, we can say that, but I don't know if that's the same for Addie, because I think our situation obviously is different,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then, so Addie, that being said, do you like traveling or like vacationing by yourself or with people, or have you done either or both?
Yeah, I've done all three, like family, friends, and on my own. When I'm with, so I guess I put on different hats depending on how, like who or where I'm going to. So if I travel with my parents, for example, especially with my mom, I know I'm the one that's gonna have to plan everything. I'm booking the hotel, I'm booking the flights, I'm planning what we're doing, I'm figuring out the transportation, I'm the fucking tour guide. Yeah. Like I take care of her. I make sure, and like even the way like what I plan for food and accommodation wise, it's different than if I were to be on my own. I don't take her to like as much sketchy hole in the wall places because
Right.
her palate's a bit different than mine. Her stomach's a bit more sensitive than mine. So I would plan more tourist and like generally okay stuff. When I travel
Right.
with friends, and then it kind of depends on which friends group. Like, I have a group of girlfriends that are really close to me. I'm the planner, so I'll end up planning everything, which I don't mind. But those two are very, very easygoing, and they have no like dietary or otherwise restrictions. So then it's a little bit easier than when I'm planning for my mom, for example. And then if I'm traveling with Eric, for example, it's I still do some of the planning, but then it's even more like a skeleton-ish because then we like to have like kind of like 3 or 4 major points in the day, and then we fill in the gaps as we go in what we see. And then if I'm traveling on my own, it's similar to like when I travel with Eric. I have like the major touristy stuff I want to do, and then it's just like I'm just gonna do whatever. If I see something I want to walk into it, I'm gonna walk into it. If I
Just gonna wing it kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it. Like that's how I am on my own. And then when it comes to safety, I don't know, blessed and cursed that I am a tall, bulky Asian girl. So like
You have an intimidating aura.
I do. I think I do. Like I'm not this typical dainty Asian girl that's gonna easily be
It
mugged.
looks fragile. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't look fragile, man. Like
No.
like
True.
I have a story like when I was a flight attendant and I'm on a layover in Asia. I took a few of the younger flight attendants with me, like, oh, let's go, walk around, let's go have food, let's go to the stores and shop around. And in Asia, when I'm walking around with this beautiful blonde girl, and then this other like beautiful brunette and this other Asian girl, but they're all dainty. They're all like chopsticks and they're all like half my size. I look like the bodyguard walking around with them. And like when we were walking around, like I noticed there was this guy following us.
No
And then
shot.
I'm not even kidding you. I noticed a guy following us, and I told the girls, I'm like, don't look, but there's someone following us. There is a fruit store right up in front of us. Y'all go in there and just wait for me to tell you that it's safe to come out. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just go.
Okay. Calm
Yeah, and
down,
we were-
Wonder Woman. Let me take care of this.
No, I'm serious. This is like Beijing, but like, cause I took them to more local spot in Beijing. So then I was like, don't worry about it. Just go in there. It's fine. So they go in and then I stand outside the door and I have my arms crossed and I stare at the guy and I point at him and I point at my eyes and I'm like, I see you. And then the guy looks at me and he yells at me in Mandarin. He's like, what do you think you're doing? And I yell right back at him and I'm like, you keep walking. And I like refused to let him into the store. And I watched him until I like stared at him. I stared down at him until he crossed the street. Then I'm like, okay, girls, we could come out. Let's go to the restaurant. So like, yeah, so I feel like I am less concerned about safety. I still am because granted,
Psycho? Yeah, true.
yeah,
Okay,
first
true.
of all, I'm a psycho.
Yeah, you
and
know what?
I'm
It checks.
yeah, like it checks. I'm a psycho, but at the same time, I'm still female, so there is still a level of security that I'm aware of. It just means I'm not gonna walk into a dark alley once it's dark. The sun's down and stuff like that. But
Definitely, assessing
yeah,
risks and
yeah.
stuff. Man.
But I'm less concerned if that makes any sense.
True.
Have you guys had any like crazy stories on vacation, like good or bad?
Not like a danger story from like people, just because like I said, right, like whenever you travel to, like, for example, a different country or whatever, you always want to make sure that you're familiar with, like, how some of their customs are. If you're expected to leave a tip or like whatever, like don't walk out of a restaurant with no tip when they're expecting one, that kind of thing.
Cultures, yeah.
So yeah. So like I haven't had any like rough encounters with people. But I did kind of like, because I wanted to save some money, I did put myself in like a not a very favorable situation where like I rented like a 2-wheel drive car. It's like a tiny little car in the middle of winter in Iceland. And I honestly, like, I just thought to myself, because I was there by myself, and I'm like, man, I don't want to spend like an extra $200 a day. I'm there for 7 days, so this is almost like $1,500. Just so I can have a bigger car. I'm like, I'm fine with a small car. Like, it was a mistake. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What do you
Yeah,
mean a
like,
two-wheel vehicle? Like a motorcycle?
No. It's like a 4-wheel vehicle, but it's two-wheel drive, right? So it's
Oh,
only the
sorry.
front two
Okay,
wheel that
I misheard.
Oh.
It's only the front 2-wheel that
Yeah.
moves. And God, like, oh, driving through the snow in that thing, honestly, so much regret. I'm like, oh, can I like go back and just get a bigger car? But I can't, right?
Mhm.
And then obviously through that, like I drove through blizzards. That was super scary. Like my car got stuck at one point because like I drove onto a snowbank, but not knowing that it wasn't a road. So me and like two other cars all got stuck, and then one of them got out because they were 4-wheel drive, and the two of us, like there was me and one other car that got left behind because we couldn't get our cars out.
Oh no.
But yeah, so anyway, like that's like the situation that I've been in. But I think luckily for me, like nothing was like ever overly dangerous. I just had to drive slowly. Yeah, and I haven't been to like, I don't know if this is the right word, but like historically dangerous places. Like I haven't been to like, for example, like the Middle East, even though I'd love to visit. I haven't been to like, I think Mexico, because I heard that there's a lot of like theft in Mexico as well, right? So like I haven't been to those places. Yeah.
Luckily for me, my experiences with like going to sketchy areas and sketchy neighborhoods, I'm with people who are sketchy anyway, so I'm like,
You're
so
just on
they-
the turf.
but yeah, so they take care of it, you know, they take care of it for me. And I remember one time we were bar hopping and we were so wasted, right? And I'm like, yo, there's a McDonald's down the street, we should go. And then me and a couple of our buddies are like, you know what? Yeah, sure, let's go get some like fried chicken. Because you know, how good is a hot fried chicken with gravy when you're like drunk? You know,
Amazing. Chicken
so-
nuggets for me.
So we go, and I kid you not, we were drunk. We were taking pictures, selfies, with the officer. So there's like a security guard in front of the McDonald's because it is a sketchy neighborhood.
That's so funny.
We were like, "Hey, can we take a picture with you?" We're like, my friend here is from Canada.
Oh
So
my
I know,
gosh.
and I'm like, "Yo, stop! Are you serious?" He's like, "No, yeah, it's fine." And then the security guard was just laughing. He knew we were like inebriated.
For sure.
And we just started taking pictures, and then my friend has the audacity. So we walk in, right? He just like opens the counter, like you know, for the
No.
staff to go into behind the counter, and he's like, "John, come, we're gonna take pictures with everybody too." Everybody at the
Guys are
McDonald's.
degenerates.
The funniest part was everyone at McDonald's actually came out and like took a picture with us because it was like 3 a.m. You know, nobody was there. It was just fucking a bunch of shit-faced dudes,
Oh my god.
and we were just I was laughing my ass off. Like, yeah, everybody come! Like you making the Big Mac at the back. Come, let's take a picture. So
That is so funny.
yeah, so it was never a problem with me getting into sketchy areas. I always had people to kind of buffer that stuff for me. I had an added lane, I guess. That's what I had.
I'm actually curious. I don't know if you guys have ever used it to your advantage or something or anything, but have you ever gone like traveling in another country and just be like, oh, I'm Canadian? And does that make like have you
It makes a huge
it
difference.
makes a huge difference, right? And like, have you actually like gone out and like done that? Like people will be like, oh, you're from out of town, right? And then you feel the need to justify like, oh, I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian.
Yeah,
Don't confuse.
It makes a huge difference. Like when I was in like especially like European countries, like first of all, because of how I look, people are like, oh, this guy's Chinese, he's from China, and then they will like say like like shop owners will like try to get you to come into the shop and be like, oh hi, ni hao, like come shop and whatever. And like I'm like, oh okay, like that's weird. And then like after a couple of times of this, like I realized they were like, oh, they must think I'm Chinese. So then like I'm like speaking English to them like extra loudly too, or like I'm like pretending I'm speaking on the phone, like, oh, I'll be back in the hotel in like 20 minutes or whatever. And then so people are like, oh, this guy speaks English, he must be American.
Yeah.
And then people will like stop talking to you or whatever.
Oh.
And then I learned to just like wherever I go now, especially in Europe, like I would wear like a little Canadian pin, like Canadian flag pin on my bag, and then people are like, and I think when people see that you're Canadian, I just don't know why they're just extra nice to you.
I read that article somewhere, that life hack. If
Really?
you're Canadian.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like,
even if
people
you're
are
not
like-
Canadian, you should grab a pin.
Pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
they're like
Oh.
extra nice to you, and like they're like, oh, like what part of Canada are you from? I've been there before. It's super beautiful.
It's such a
But when
blessing,
they-
to be Canadian.
Yeah, but when they think you're like
American.
American or like Chinese, like they just don't want to give a shit about you, and it's so crazy.
Damn.
And you know what I've actually started doing? So I don't know if they still have this, but years ago in like the embassy, like the Canadian embassy or like Service Ontario here in Toronto, sometimes they'll have like little Canadian flag pins.
Mhm.
Oh.
And I literally have like hundreds of them just at home. And I grab a handful whenever I go to a different country. And then if I'm like staying in a hostel or if I'm staying at Airbnb with the host on site, I always just give them this little pin, right? And they're always like, oh, this is so cute, blah, blah, blah. Again, extra nice, and like, I just think that it's like a good way to connect with people and also just be like, hi, I'm Canadian. Can I ask you a couple of questions? And people are, I think, much more willing to like talk to you about it versus if you just be like, hey, can I ask you a question? And people are like, oh, no English.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of do the same thing. But instead of a Canadian pin, I always wear my Raptors stuff, like whether it's a Raptors t-shirt or Raptors hat. Hey, Raptors are apparently big enough that like even in Asia, Europe, like people recognize like the Raptors sign now. Like I guess, you know, wow, finally we won a championship, so we're on the map. So like I'll wear my like Raptors cap, and yeah, that's how I show that I'm Canadian.
One of the if you go to like Punta Cana or like Dominican Republic, supposedly they're very like they're like baseball and stuff, and you have, if you're wearing a Jays hat, that's the thing that you do.
That's the other thing. I don't watch Blue Jays, but I have a Blue Jays backpack, so I'll travel with that. So I have a Blue Jays backpack, Raptors cap, and I'll be like wearing my like Ryerson sweater or something. So I'm like, all signs point to Canada.
Right. So the thing for me is that actually I don't want to be recognized as Canadian.
What? Why?
It's not that I'm ashamed of it or anything. I just want to be like, hey, you belong in this culture kind of thing. I don't want to look like a tourist, you know. I don't want to look like I am from overseas kind of thing, right? Like a foreigner rather.
But like, for example, if you go to like a country where it's just like your skin color or
right,
like you just don't fit in, right? Like
when you're obviously
like like are you gonna start like speaking Spanish or like Finnish to people around you and be like, oh yeah, like hola, like
obviously a different case. I'm just saying, you know, like if we were like in Asian countries, right? Like, you know, even though I don't look Oriental, like I still would rather much be like, oh, this guy's that, like, I don't want to whip out the all-powerful I'm a Canadian card, you know.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. Like if I'm in Taiwan, I also like to be I hope to not be recognized as a non-Taiwanese person, but I think I've been like overseas. Like I don't know, like I don't really think I'm like very Taiwanese, like in terms of culture integration or whatever. But, like when I go to 7-Eleven or like when I go to the convenience stores and stuff, like people know that you're not from here.
I don't know what that is. They have powers over there. Addie, you were gonna say something.
They do.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, have you ever had like even if I go to Asia, for example, if I'm speaking Mandarin or speaking Cantonese, but they can still identify the fact that I'm not local. Have you had that? Like,
many a times. It's
I'm
annoying, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you know? They're like, I clearly, not that I'm saying like my Mandarin's perfect, but I know I don't have a thick enough accent to be like, clearly she's Canadian. So I'm like, how do you know? And they're like, oh, it's the way
that's the way you think, though.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's the way you dress, and I'm like, what? I bought this.
It's like a different air about you.
Yeah.
No, like you can wear this everything you bought locally, but there's just like a different air about you. No, I
hate it.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Now, given I know that, you know, like my mother tongue is very rusty, and my friends say that I have an accent, and I'm like, no, I have an accent. And they're like, no, dude, you have an accent. And like what Stan said, there's like a different air around you, and there's like a different ambiance, you know, like an aura. I'm like, what are you talking? How? I'm just a guy. And they're like, no, and you smell different. I'm like, okay, let's move along now.
I can smell the airplane off of you. You clearly just got off the plane.
You know what's funny too? Every time I go to the Philippines, back then, now I just Uber around because Uber over there is like, obviously it's expensive for them, but if we do the conversion and stuff, it's not so bad, right? But I used to take local transit, right? And the thing about Philippines that I honestly hate the most is the amount of stares. And to them, staring is not rude.
Yeah.
You know? It's just legit, just like they're not blinking and they're just looking at you.
Yes.
And on transit, they're legit just staring at you.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to not make eye contact, but I can see them in my peripherals.
Yeah.
Up until one point, this lady, I was like, all right, I'm like, hello, can I help you? Kind of thing. And she's like, oh, no. And then after that, I'm like, oh, okay. I look away. She's still staring at me.
Yes. That happened to me too. I was in China, and again, I am a 5'9" tall Asian girl, which is not standard in China.
Typical, yeah.
It's not very typical. So I remember I had dim sum with a couple of aunties and my mom in Guangzhou, and then when we got up to leave, I shit you not, the dining room, 80% of the heads turned and stared at me.
I know.
And then my
Dude.
auntie, like my aunt that lives in China, noticed, and she literally turned, because everyone there is just, they just talk to each other even though they don't know each other. Like my auntie turned around and she says in Chinese, like, "What y'all staring at? Never seen a tall girl before?" I was like,
Oh,
that's
shit.
Really?
I was like, oh shit, I'm even more embarrassed.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I've never had those experiences. Like the most is
Oh.
just like someone asking you like, "Hey, like, are you from here?" I'm like, "Oh, no." Like, yeah, that was it. But no, I've never had those experiences before.
Oh,
No.
interesting. Well, if you ever go to China, I also had a funny experience where it's like when I go to convenience stores, I can find my friends and family because I can look over the entire shelf.
The aisles.
The aisles. I'm like, oh, there's my mom. She's in aisle 3.
Oh my gosh.
Or like washrooms, I have to like bend down, otherwise I can see the person in the stall next to me because they're
Just to be polite.
yeah, because their stall walls are not all the way up to the ceiling, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm too tall. I can see everything.
Eddie, you make it sound like you're 7 foot tall, dude. Relax.
But in China, the average height is
I know.
like 5 feet.
Relative,
so then I'm like,
relative
"Oh."
over there.
Yes.
You are a giant.
So any tall people, any tall listeners that ever travel to China, just be forewarned.
That being said, that is our 1 hour mark, believe it or not.
Damn.
We have been going at it. I know, I can tell I have an internal clock, also known as my bladder. Is that basically it,
Oh, John's gotta go.
yeah, it's sending shooting
Literally.
pains. It's sending shooting pains at me now, and it's like, oh, it must be an hour. I look at the clock. I'm like, oh, it is. Yeah. Things to note about Muskoka now that I have finished my bottle. Last thoughts, Addie.
It was super hoppy and
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, I found it a little sweet for me.
Oh.
What about you, Stan?
I feel like this is like an evening beer. I can't drink it in the day.
Mm.
I know it's super stupid, but I'm like, I don't know.
Super
It's like,
stupid. Oh my god.
no, like I'm just
Dessert.
like, there's no situation in the afternoon that I want to drink this, but I feel like I'd want to drink this at dinner.
I think this was
I don't know.
I think this was a 3:43 p.m. kind of beer for me.
Yeah. I'm
No,
not pretentious, I swear.
no. For being a cream ale, I definitely did not taste a lot of cream vanilla-y, smoothness to it. A lot sharper, but maybe that's just a Canadian. Is this a Canadian thing?
Yes.
I want to say Muskoka.
Well,
Duh.
Muskoka,
Hello.
yeah.
Hey, so we
Hello.
learned last time Sapporo, made in Canada. So
True.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
We gotta look into that. Anyway, that's our episode. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, Addie and
Yes.
Stanley, for being here
Thank you very much.
again.
Listeners, please CLS, comment, like, and subscribe. Give us a 5-star if you so feel like. You can find us on the socials, Instagram and TikTok at Beer Talks TO. That's BEERTALKS Beer Talks TO. Make sure you put in the TO because you might be brought out to some other account and you don't want to do that.
Right. Also, streaming platforms, right? Addie.
What
Mostly on Spotify.
mostly on Spotify.
But
We
you can
are
find us in other places
also-
now too.
Yes, we are also on Radio Public. We are on, what is this called? Castbox. We are on podcast. What do you call this? Pocket Cast. There we go.
Yeah.
Radio Public, Castbox, and Pocket Cast. In addition to Spotify.
Right. Find us on Spotify. You'll see a yellow icon with the 3 cartoonish pictures of us. Then that's how you can identify Beer Talks TO. Thanks for
Yes.
listening, everybody. I hope everyone had a good day. We'll talk at you again next time. Stan?
Thanks, everyone.
I saw him mute his mic and I put him on blast.
You're so funny. Thanks everyone for listening.
Rude.
Thanks, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.